I was talking to a psychopath, and this guy was like, we went over there to your whatever colony, and he said, we told them to point out their leader or die. And they didn't point to any leader at all. And he said, after hours of torturing, we asked him the same question again, point out your leader or die. And again, he didn't point him out. And he said, it wasn't, he actually, like I said, this guy was a little bit of a psychopath. Anyway, he said, we found out later on that it wasn't that they didn't want to point out their leader. They were told even to just point out their leader. Of course, I'm their leader, or I was their leader. And he said, we would have killed you if you had been there, but you weren't. So we killed them instead. Anyway, this would probably be the war in Korea that would be considered America or whatever. They really wanted to kill me bad. What can I say? Anyway, some group from China or Japan, Sony Group or Mitsubishi, had traveled back in time, started Korea, or at least started there. And somebody else was really, really trying to kill me. Somebody that I believe Kennedy or Rick Bush or Rodney or someone had sent to kill me. They had known that I was going to be here on this earth. And they had really wanted to kill me really badly. So they went to Korea, they went to America, they went to Russia, they went to China, looking for me. They said, point out your leader or die. Now, certain groups from the future or certain groups would have pointed me out. In fact, we're told to point me out. I said, yeah, go ahead. If they're going to kill me, they're going to kill me. Fuck it. Anyway, I shouldn't be using that language. But anyway, so this psychopath went around the world looking for me, trying to kill me. And it wasn't until many, many years later they realized, one, I was a child, and two, nobody knew where I was. Somebody was hiding me. I'm only laughing because, wow. It's just crazy. Anyway, I was supposed to be president. I was supposed to be among the world. And if I had been among the world from 1920 on to 1970, I would have been a very, very dead duck or man. If I had been among the world leaders, I would have been dead by now. But because I was just a Brian and kicking it, and nobody knew who I was or where I was, but everyone knew of me. North Korea actually had pictures of me as a child. Other people had pictures of me as a child. So they knew I was around. But they thought I had blonde hair. And they thought I was going to have blue eyes. Anyway, somebody was like, nope, you're not killing him. Like I said, Kennedy, Nixon, people up to 1960 really, really, really wanted to kill me. But I wasn't around in 1960. If I had been around in 1940, I would be dead. If I was around in 1920, I would be dead. If I was around in 1970, I'd be dead. But I wasn't around then. I'm around now, in 1977 on. Anyway, and I wasn't a world leader or even known to the world until many, many years later, when I started talking on Facebook or making these videos. Anyway, the world was lied to. So from 1908 to somebody really wanted to kill me. Like I say, I know. I went through it. I even talked to him. Anyway, yeah. He was confused. He didn't understand. Anyway, Trumpy or one of the U.S. presidents or Kennedy or somebody in the world had sent someone to kill me, not knowing about the paradox. Well, like I said, even the guy I talked to was like, well, it turns out we couldn't have killed you because we would have had to just sit on you because you have to name America and all these other places and invent all these things for us. So he said, it's kind of ironic that so many people died because somebody didn't tell me or tell him, not tell me, I mean tell him what was going on. He said if I had known what was going on, a lot of people probably wouldn't have died. But they didn't know. He didn't know. Nobody knew. I was being protected, hidden. nobody knew that I was Lucifer, creator of humanity, and all these things. Like I said, he didn't have the right information. He didn't even understand. He said even he had to admit that creator to humanity, pretty much it would be impossible. He said if it's true, which we're pretty sure it is, he said, or at least true enough, as he said. He said there's what's true and what's true enough. So anyway, a lot happened in the past. A lot of mistakes that were mostly just communication error, this and that kind of thing. He said, as it turns out, even he was working for me in a way. Like many groups, but, well, he thought he was working for me, but he was actually working for, or he thought something. Anyway, it was Trumpy, it was the Kennedys, it was Nixon, it was 50 U.S. presidents that saw me as an obstacle, or saw me as just the president. So, like he said, come to find out, where even he had to admit that, yeah, eventually the future time travelers, since I had been such a big part, since I had created the laws, and he said that he had even seen me create the laws. In fact, he had even helped with some of it. He had to, because he was a product of America. It's just like Rodney, like anybody who is from America or a product of America cannot go back and stop America from happening. Because I am America, because I was such a big force with America, I had to be known. I had to be, and I had to be a good person as well. If I wasn't a good person, then, it's like, I don't know, it's paradox, it's this, it's that, it's what White Star Lines is and all that. He said, we had an easier job because you were so good. And, it made it easy, he said. So, anyway, a lot of people were tortured. A lot of people died. It was a mistake. It was the American government. It wasn't really the American government, though. It was Kennedy. It was Nixon. It was somebody making a big mistake. Someone seeing me as an obstacle. Or just another president that could just be killed. And it's like, no. It's not that simple. They couldn't just kill me. They couldn't just cover me up. Like, you can't cover up the creator to humanity. You can't cover up the guy who named America and created the laws and what's called. That just would not happen because the technology, everything was based upon, a creator that is very loving and caring, a creator, and science. Like science and technology and future tech had come into play into humanity's past. There is no taking that back. And because of a creator, because of a great leader, because of America, because of laws, because of equality, because of all these careful things that are what I am. And because of 9 races. So covering me up, killing me was not an option. Not even by the people who wanted to kill me. They're like, because otherwise it's a paradox. You can't use the technology that was created because of what and who I am to go back and kill me. That's everyone knows. So anyway, yeah, and even the guy the general from the future, he said, we thought, but it turned out that the order came from Kennedy or Rick Bush or Rodney or somebody else, not from me. He said, we knew we had to do your orders, but we thought that these orders were coming from somebody else. We didn't realize it was them trying to cover you up or trying to kill you. I was like, well, yeah. Yeah. Anyway, though, lots of things are kind of like those kind of things. When you think about it, it's like, well, of course. And it's like, oh, you can wait until I die of old age, but So, yeah. So there were some confused people who just didn't understand, and he even said, until you made your videos, we had no idea what was going on. So I guess my videos play a part in everything. And I know. And it's just like, Well, because like I say, I sent Germany, like Scotland was helping out Germany with steam engines. I mean, we were using countries like we had one base over here, and we're using the steam power over there to help this other group over here, to help that other group here, and I was orchestrating all of that. And so it wasn't about power. It wasn't about money. It was simply about feeding people and using science. Now eliminate me, and that eliminates that. To some extent, other people can do it, but I was using future technology. I was using end result humanity. I was using end result 9 races. So you can't really... And end result is because of all this. You can't take that out and then just go, oh, well, we're still going to have end result. Like, no. You have Stone Age technology, and then you're limited, and then everyone knows that. Like, if I am the creator of humanity, and you go, anyway, I gotta go.